Hello, Robert Dilts here again, and in this video in the series I'm going to be talking about our international conference on generative change. In the previous videos I was talked about what was some of the details of our generative consulting certification and about developing capabilities. Now this conference is really about developing community. Once you have a capability, in fact, one of the challenges, of developing a generative consulting capability is that you're often kind of a trailblazer. Probably many of you you're the sort of the first ones, or you're the ones that are doing something new, doing something different. And one of the challenges of that is that we often feel alone. We often are alone. A trailblazer is often acting by themselves. And it is extremely valuable and extremely important to be able to share with our peers, to be able to have support, to be able to share ideas, to be able to have a sense of a network, or what we call a creative field. So a big part of this conference is to really launch the field of generative change. Now this field means both as an intellectual field, but also as a global movement. So for us, this generative change is a global movement. It's something similar to what happened 40 years ago with NLP. NLP was just starting. It got launched. Now it's all over the world. And our vision is that the same thing is going to happen with these principles and tools of generative change. So what will be happening in during these 5 days of the conference, there's going to be opportunities for, of course, presentations. There will be workshops. There will be panels where people will be bringing in their experience. People who have been working with these generative change tools for years now will be sharing their experience. We'll be seeing, well, how do we apply generative change principles, say, to education, to startups, to teams. And you'll have an opportunity not only to learn from each other, but to make partnerships, to make connections, to network, so that when you leave, you will no longer be alone. You will be able to continue, and we find that people are much more likely to achieve what they want to do when they have this network of support. So part of the purpose of this, as we say, is we're going to launch the field. We want to create a sustainable practice of change all over the world. So you'll be meeting like-minded people from other parts of the world. Sometimes it's rather astonishing that you have closer connection to somebody who's on the opposite side of the world than your own neighbors. So again, our goal here is, for example, Stephen and Gilligan and I are going to be presenting sometimes together, sometimes individually, our latest developments. We'll also be bringing in some very well-known speakers. Tim and Chris Halbum will be talking about generative change in health. My colleague Ian McDermott and I will be talking about generative change and intentional fellowship. So there's going to be a lot of new information, a lot of sharing, a lot of also very practical workshops and discussions. So if you really want to participate and be somebody who's involved in creating and launching a field, this is going to be the place for you. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Please come and join us for this conference in Santa Cruz, California this August. I hope to see you there. And the next video I'll be giving you some more details about how you can come, when, where, how to do this.